What's up, fellas? Here at the Week 12 review. We got 2 weeks left in the regular season, Week 13 and 14, and then we'll start the playoffs here in the league. Obviously, looks like Michael is probably clearly the number one seed, so he'll have a first round bye. But the rest is up for grabs. I think there's like 5 of us tied at 7 and 5. So these last couple weeks are going to be crucial to determine who makes the playoffs, and then also where all the seeding goes as well. We do have the trade deadline this week. It is tomorrow at noon. So if you want to make any changes to your team, make sure you get that done by tomorrow at noon, so we can get it processed. Obviously, I think this is like the first year I haven't made a trade. Obviously, down to make any deals, but obviously I think it's got to be best for my team. Without further ado, though, I will jump into the review for the week. I have my matchup versus Josh. I was able to get the win last night. I won 107-99. We'll look at Josh's team first. Burrow played okay with 18. Connor had a nice day with 20. Henry did okay with 13. Metcalf had 15. Devontae Adams had 11, but obviously that's a disappointment for him. Juju struggled with only 5. Higbee, a big goose egg for him, so that's tough. And just not much else going on in his lineup there. Nothing to speak of on his bench either. Just not the best effort out of his squad. Looking at my team here, I had to play Russell Wilson because Justin Fields was ruled out on Sunday morning, and I just thought he was a better option than anybody on waivers. Obviously, that wasn't the case, but obviously Mike White was on waivers and killed it, as Dakota mentioned, because he played him in DraftKings and probably helped him win a good bit of money. But without, nothing I can do, man. For some reason, I can't get out of my head that it's Russell Wilson and that he's a solid quarterback. He absolutely sucks this year. I have trouble moving on, and from what I've seen in the past. But maybe I'll learn at some point. Maybe that's probably why I've never won the fucking league. Nick Chubb played great, 20 points. Dante Foreman was in and out of the game all day. Obviously have to watch the Panthers here. Kept limping all the time, but kept coming back. Got me 11, so I'll take it. Pittman did well last night. Got me a touchdown. Helped me win. Got 16. Cortland Sutton got 11. Pickens did okay last night with 9. Foster Moreau got me 11. I'll take that all day out of a tight end. McCaffrey got hurt in that game along with Elijah Mitchell. McCaffrey's injury is not supposed to be serious, but he got me 7 points. Nothing else to write home about. Did have A.J. Dillon on the bench, who had his probably best game of the year at 16. I fucking doubt that keeps up, but you never know. Next up, we have Jason C. versus Kenny. Jason C. got his 3rd win of the year. He won this one pretty easy. This was 128-78. Looking at Kenny's team, he rolled with Garoppolo at quarterback, got 13, which is probably what you expect out of Garoppolo. Dameon Pierce completely sucked, got 3 points. They got Kyle Allen at quarterback, and teams just don't respect him. ETN got him barely anything. Did leave that game with injury. That has obviously, that's why. Jacoby Myers with 7. Curtis Samuel with 1.3. That sucks. Diggs got what he was projected, 17.7. Latavius Murray with 10. You thought he'd do a little bit better, but considering they don't have any running backs there. But Carolina's team is pretty solid. Did have Trevor Lawrence on the bench, who had 25, so could have got some more points there. Also has Goff on the bench. I don't really understand carrying all those quarterbacks when most of them aren't great, but it is what it is. Looking over here at Jason C's team, Tom Brady did okay with 18. Obviously, his team was led by Josh Jacobs, who had 45. Killed it. T. Higgins with 21. And just not much else to write home about. I mean, Harris got him 10, Najee, and everybody else had single digits. So obviously his team was thoroughly carried by Jacobs and T. Higgins there. The two of them combined almost would have been not too far off Kenny's entire team. Derek Carr on the bench with 21. Marvin Jones on the bench had 10. Nothing else going on there. Is getting Marquise Brown back, who was on his IR. Next up, we got Dakota versus Derek. Dakota won this one 139-120. Looking at Derek's team, Lamar Jackson had 23, Montgomery with 13, Cooper with 13, Lockett with 14, and Njoku with 11, Jeff Wilson with 12, Tucker with 14. I mean, a good day out of his team, just went up against a pretty solid opponent today. I mean, nobody really struggled in his lineup either. I mean, I guess Dalvin Cook and McLaurin, you expect a little bit better out of those two guys. They each got like 7.5, but I mean, it's still not atrocious, and everybody else played pretty well, double digits across the board for the most part. Did have Isaiah McKenzie on the bench, who had 19. Obviously, given who he had in his lineup, I understand that. DeAndre Swift on the bench as well with 8. Um, given how he's played, I understand that too, even though he's got the big name. So I don't fault any of his coaching decisions there. Looking over here at Dakota's team, Geno Smith with 19. Rashard White probably going to be the starter in Tampa moving forward. Got the 15 there. St. Brown at 23. Godwin with 23. Burks at 15. Burks has been surprising the past couple of weeks, coming back off injury. So good pickup there. Chiefs got him 13. Had Dalton Schultz on the bench with 17, so he could even got more points there. Played Kittle, which obviously you understand that. But obviously Dakota's team's looking up as we get close to the playoffs here. Next up, we got Michael versus Dalton. Michael won this one pretty easily because his team dominates majority of the time. This was 169 to 126. Jalen Hurts for Michael, 30 points. Ken Walker, 16. P. Ryan, 17. A.J. Brown, 11. Zay Jones, 22. So that's a good play there. Kelsey with 14. Miles Sanders had 30. Double digits out of his kicker and defense. I mean, just all around great play. I mean, even bench Jamal Williams, who had 10, which, I mean, that's I guess a tough decision you got to make there, but a lot of solid players on that team. It's going to be very tough to beat him come the playoffs. He's only going to have to win twice because he's going to have a first round bye. So we'll see how it goes. Looking at Dalton's team, his team, it's not mathematically eliminated, but it's probably going to be pretty tough for him to get in. He's going to have to win the last 2 matchups and then probably hope for a little luck. We'll see what happens. Tua with 16, Aaron Jones at 17, Taylor with 17, Tyreek Hill only had 12. You expect a little bit better there, but of course they were blowing the Texans out, so they didn't have to do much. CeeDee Lamb with 15, Hawkinson at 13, Christian Watson had a big day with 19. He's killed it past 3 weeks. It's a pretty amazing to see. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers can keep playing, and if not, how that affects Watson there. But not a horrible day out of his team. Obviously, Broncos defense get him too. You expect a little bit better there, especially given the Panthers had Darnold in there, and the Broncos are pretty solid, but wouldn't have made a difference for him. Next up, we got Garrett versus Ray. Garrett won this one 112 to 103. Looking at Ray's team, Mahomes had 18, which for Mahomes is a little bit disappointing. Elliott was 16. Justin Jefferson, big day with 25. Keenan Allen had 13.5. Kicker got him 10. Did have Garrett Wilson on the bench, who obviously got brought up in the chat with 24. Would have made a big difference for him had he played him over Paris Campbell. That was his lowest scoring receiver with 2.5. So it would have been a major swing there, about 22 points or just shy of that. Would have made a big difference for him. I mean, even if he throws Van Jefferson in there, it may have gotten in the win. I'm not going to do the math, but it'd been really close. It'd been given 8 points total. No, he would have lost by still 0.1, but that would have been kind of cool to see. Defense only got him 1. Obviously, you're going to play the Pats defense there. They're doing very well this year. Just tough. I can't say if I would have played Garrett Wilson over those guys. Obviously, a tough decision you got to make there. And obviously, the Jets were playing the backup quarterback, so you never know. Looking at Garrett's team, Kyler Murray, it's got all his weapons back now for the most part, I believe. So he's up to got 25 points this week. Eckler with 20, DJ Moore with 18, kicker got him 11. Single digits pretty much across the board. Peoples-Jones kind of struggled 2.5. Tyler Algier, I don't know why I'd play him, but I guess he's got a lot of injuries, so he doesn't have much of a choice. 5 points. Played Cherrick McKinnon with 4. I mean, just some iffy running backs in my opinion. But it didn't matter. He got the dub. And then the last matchup I got here is Garrett Pastor versus Jason Fowler. Garrett won this one 132 to 85. Herbert 29. Stevenson 16. Thielen 17. Dolphins defense got him 20, kicker got him 13, Pacheco with 15. Just a pretty dominant performance. Played Terrace Marshall, who struggled. Tony Pollard didn't have a great day, but everything else looked pretty solid. Didn't play Waddle for, I have no fucking clue why you wouldn't play Waddle over Terrace Marshall. That makes absolutely no sense. Or Waddle's your best receiver. Either way, he got the win. I'm not sure how much he's paying attention clearly, but got the win, so I can't fault him. And then looking at Jason's team, Heineke with 11, Brian Robinson with 20, Hopkins with 17. Kicker did well for him. Not sure why he didn't play Josh Allen. I mean, obviously, some people aren't paying close attention. Obviously, in this matchup, didn't make a difference because it was a blowout. Kyle Pitts is, Jesus Christ. Kyle Pitts is on injury reserve, and he played him. So obviously, I'll try to monitor some of this moving forward because matchups are going to get real tight with the competitive playoff race, and we'll try to make sure people are playing at least legit lineups with players who are playing. Obviously, their own decisions are their own decisions, but I mean, he had Mike Evans on the bench too. Granted, he didn't play well, but you're going to play Mike Evans over Tyler Boyd, and you're going to play Mike Evans over probably Gabe Davis too. But either way, matchup wasn't close. It doesn't make a difference. Obviously, it was a long football week with games on Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. I don't think it'll probably be another few weeks until we start having games on Saturday, because I know near the end of the season they usually do that. But make sure you get your waivers in. I don't think there's anybody crazy to pick up, but I don't know. I'm not as paying close attention as I guess I have in the past. Also, don't want to give any too many pointers out there to the competitors either. So there's that as well. But like I said, trade deadline's tomorrow. Everything is close. Keep managing your teams, and best luck to everybody. And I'll see you guys next time.